locate all. Chilika Lake was the first Ramsar site along with KLDO. Okay, KLDO and Chilika was the first Ramsar site. Now regarding Simlipal, there was some PVTG, primitive vulnerable tribal groups, were residing in the Simlipal Tiger Reserve. That was called as Mankidia. Mankidia, it's a kind of tribes. Mankidia is a tribe which were residing in the Simlipal Tiger Reserve. Okay, so we have Forest Right Act, or Forest Rights Act 2006, FRA, shortly FRA 2006, Forest Right Act 2006. So it is the law which allow the people to reside in the forest. Okay, Forest Right Act 2006 allows the people to live and use the forest. Okay, so Forest Right Act empowers the people to reside in the forest, right? So in order to empower the tribals or forest dwelling people, we are having Forest Right Act 2006. Okay, so under this act itself, they are mentioning about critical wildlife habitat. Okay, so under the FRA itself, Forest Right Act itself, they are mentioning about critical wildlife habitat. So in the habitat, the people are not allowed to live. Okay, that is also mentioned in the FRA Act. Okay, so FRA Act is enacted in order to empower the forest dwelling people. Okay, within that law itself, they are also saying about critical wildlife habitat. It is critical to the health of the habitat. Okay, so that's why within this habitat people cannot live, right? But the Mangidia, they were living inside the critical habitat of the Simlipal. Okay, so that's why their habitat right is denied. Under this law, the habitat right of Mangidia tribes were denied. Okay, so they were using some kind of fibers. Mangidia was using some kind of fibers which were seen in the Simlipal Tiger Reserve. So that's a kind of salvia fibers. They were using it for their homemade products like that. So their right is denied under this law by this provision, critical wildlife habitat. Okay, so just know that. Now the tribe associate. In CAP, all the environment topics which are relevant for the prelims 2021 examination is covered in detail, so that you will not miss any question from environment part. We have also included the organization, the protected areas that were in news to give you a detailed understanding. To know more about CAP, please check on the link given in the description below. Why wait? Enroll to our current affairs program and ensure your seat in Mains 2021. The Mangidia tribe, so we know that the tribes are allowed to live in the forest as per this law. Okay, so this law is to empower the forest dwelling people or tribers, and that law itself is mentioning about another provision, critical wildlife habitat. Okay, so within the critical wildlife habitat, the people are not allowed to live. Okay, even the forest dwellers or the tribes are not allowed to live in the critical wildlife habitat. Okay, so by using this provision, the habitat right of Mangidia is denied. Okay, under this FRA law, right? Okay, so we know that Tiger Reserve is having critical habitat for tiger. Okay, so these people might be affecting the life of that tigers. So that's why their habitat right is denied. So that's why it was in news. So the tribes associated with the Simlipal is Mangidia tribe, and the tribe associated with the Karai camel was, what was the tribe? Maldari community. Maldari community. Okay, so Maldari community is also associated with the conservation of lions. Why? How? Because the lions, they will eat the cattle. Okay, domestic cattle and all. But the Maldari community, they are not they are not killing the lions. But the government, they will give some compensation for the tribes. Okay, so like that, the Maldari community is not killing any lions. So they are also participating in the conservation of lions. Okay, so Maldari community is associated with Karai camel as well as that lions. Now here Simlipal, it is Mangidia tribe. Now, Ushikoti Wildlife Sanctuary, Satkosia Tiger Reserve, Chilika Wildlife Sanctuary and Ramsar site we already discussed. Then Bitargani also we discussed, Gahirmada we discussed. Now regarding Satkosia, you need to know a river is passing through that, Mahanadi river. Okay, so Mahanadi originated from Chhattisgarh, so Mahanadi will flow like this. You know Hirakund Dam, right? Hirakund Dam. Hirakund. Okay, Hirakund is a dam. Okay, Hirakund is a dam which is on the Mahanadi river. Right. So that Mahanadi river flows through this Satkosia Tiger Reserve. Okay. So you can see this is a picture of Satkosia Tiger Reserve and Mahanadi river. Okay. So two rock mountain will be there. Right. In between that, the river is flowing. Right. So it's a gorge. G-O-R-G-E. Gorge. Gorge means a valley which is made by two rocks. Through that a river will be flowing. Gorge, canyons. Okay, these are some kind of geographical forms. So Satkosia is a long gorge on the Mahanadi river. Okay, Satkosia is a long gorge on Mahanadi river. Sat, 7. Okay, it's a 14-mile gorge. Okay, it's a 14-mile gorge on the Mahanadi river. That's why Satkosia Tiger Reserve, 14-mile. So that much length it is having, that gorge is having. So through the Satkosia Tiger Reserve, Mahanadi river is flowing.